Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and this is Anne. I will be featuring a couple of products in this video. First up are these single pigment granulating paints from Kusakabe. I have the warm set and one paint from the cool set. So these are the paints included in the warm set. The packaging was very simple, but it was snug and secure. And if you purchase the paints individually, it will be placed in this plastic packaging. So now let's have a closer look of the paint tube. Okay, in front we have the paint name, the reference number, and here it says that this has 10 milliliters of paint. Kusakabe paints are made in Japan, and here we have the pigment information, light fastness, and like I said earlier, that these are all granulating colors. So as you can see that this paint does not have opacity or staining information, but the Kusakabe single pigment paints, they do have a staining set. So I think it's safe to say that these paints are non-staining and they could be transparent as well. So okay, the next item that I'll be featuring in this video is the SeamiArt Voyager Wash Brush, and I have it in the number 2 size. So basically this is a round quill travel brush. I love using quill brushes, so when I saw this on the SeamiArt store, I really wanted to try one. So here I will be comparing the brush size with my number 0 round quill brush. So as you can see here, the length is quite comparable. And here I will be comparing it along with my number 1 round quill brush. And again, as you can see, the number 2 Voyager brush is more comparable with the number 0 round quill brush. So now here are the paints that I have pre-poured and have been drying for the past 5 or 7 days prior to making this video. So I printed the paint names and stuck them to the side of this pink magnetic half pounds. And here's a closer look of the dried paints. So a few things that I've noticed when I poured these paints. 1, I didn't notice any binder separation with any of the paints, and I was amazed actually. The next thing that I noticed is that the paints have this creamy texture, but it was sort of like it's full, not solid, not dry, but it's kind of full when they come out. As you may have noticed, I used the half-filled method. Here I was just checking if the paints were fully dried because there is some shiny sheen on top of the paints. And the paints on the 3rd row had a tacky feel to it. So I will be making a couple of swatches on this video. First on my journal of swatches, and second on watercolor paper with 180 GSM weight. And now before the swatches, I will be removing the binder glue on this Voyager Wash Brush. So this has a good density and a nice snap to it. So to test how well these paints can be reactivated, I did not pre-wet any of the paints. Oh, by the way, this first color is Antimony Gray. This is the only color that I wanted from the cool set. So this one has this bluish undertone, but it's a gray color. Okay, by the way, I just wanted to mention that this sketchbook right here, again, this is not watercolor paper. This is a new one because my previous journal of swatches is pretty full now. This paper right here, it kind of repels water at first. Like, I'm perplexed by this sketchbook. It is said that the paper weight is 160 GSM. And I don't know, I didn't experience any warping after this swatches. So my next color is this Praseodym Yellow. I don't know if I said that correctly, guys. For me personally, I find that this color is a straight up mid-tone yellow. It is not too cool and not too warm. And for my third color, this is Potter's Pink Pale. Okay, truth time. I bought this whole set because of the colors Potter's Pink. I have been wanting to buy a Potter's Pink paint for quite a while. I've watched a lot of comparison videos from Daniel Smith, Schminka, Winsor & Newton, and Roland Schmal. So that those paints, the brands, they're not easily accessible to me. And I find that even if they were or are accessible, they are quite expensive. For my fourth color, this is Potter's Pink. With all the comparison videos that I watched of Potter's Pink paints, the one that I really wanted, I think, was Winsor & Newton. So when I was contemplating on getting this set, I said to myself, hey, you're getting 3 Potter's Pink. I think that is a good deal to get price-wise. My fifth color, this is Potter's Pink Deep. Out of all the 7 paints, I have to say that this was the hardest to reactivate. So as early as now, if you are going to use them like I am, like pre-pouring these paints on a pan, it is best that you pre-wet the paints prior to using them. For my sixth color, this is Chrome Orchid. Honestly, if this was not part of this warm set, I would not have picked this color. But weirdly, I happen to like this color a lot. It is this beautiful and delicate soft lilac color, and it's just too pretty. If you are into pastels, this Chrome Orchid and Paris Pink Pale is going to be a great choice. And for my seventh and last color, this is Zinc Iron Chromite Mahogany. It is a warm leaning brown transparent color. And here's a closer look of the freshly made swatches. So on this second set of swatches, I decided I needed to add more water on my paints. So I decided to add maybe like 2 to 3 drops of water on each paint pan. So I'm hoping to get some granulation action here. So this time I'm going to do some wet on wet technique. So first we have Potter's Pink Pale with reference number 04. Pigment used is PR233. By the way, all of the paints has 4 stars of light fastness and all of them are granulating colors. Next up is Potter's Pink with reference number 05. Pigment used is PR233. So for my third color, this is Potter's Pink Deep with reference number 06. Pigment used is PR233. Although I don't have a paint to compare it with, but I think that this will be the Potter's Pink that will be closest to the other browns. Next, we have Praseodym Yellow with reference number 03. Pigment used is PY159, which is Praseodymium silicate yellow. Now here we have Chrome Orchid with reference number 07. Pigment used is PR236, which is Chromite Orchid Cassiterite. Next up is Zinc Iron Chromite Mahogany with reference number 08. Pigment used is PBR33, which is Zinc Iron Chromite Brown. Now for my last color, but definitely not the least, this is Antimony Gray with reference number 10. Pigment used is PBK23, which is Tin Antimony Gray Cassiterite. Here's a quick look of the freshly swatched paints. So here I decided to test out this Voyager Wash Brush from SeamiArt. I'm using the Cotman watercolor paints. I just wanted to check out how thin and thick of a line I can make with this watercolor brush, and also how much water it can hold. So initially I find that this brush holds a decent amount of water for its size. Can be used for detailing just because of that very sharp point. And also, personally for me, this is the brush size that I would reach out for most of the time. One gripe though, I guess this is common for new tools. I think I need to practice more with this brush if I really want to use it, because I find that it's a little uncomfortable to use, especially because of it's not that heavy, but it does have a weight to it. And also the size. I mean, it doesn't really have that natural feel to my hands or fingers. But I think with more practice and continued usage, I think I can be comfortable with using this brush. If you are someone who paints on a larger scale, I suggest maybe getting the number 4 and the number 6 size version of this brush. Okay, so here's another look of the now dried paint swatches. With the Potter's Pink Deep, the granulation is very apparent. Out of all the 7 paints here, I find that the Praseodym Yellow is the most off-putting, at least to me. And here's a couple of still pictures of the swatches. And here's another closer look of the Kusakabe single pigment paints. Again, if you're going to use it like me, pre-poured and dried on pans, it is best to pre-activate these paints prior to using them. As for this watercolor travel brush, although I don't travel, but I do like the idea of having access to a round quill brush that is good for traveling. If you can afford the 3-piece set, which consists of number 2, 4, and 6 sizes of brushes, go ahead, go for that. But for me, I am good with a number 2. But maybe in the future, I'll get a number 4. But mostly, I am just good with a number 2 size brush. Again, this number 2 size brush is more dense than my number 0 round quill. So I feel like this would hold a lot more paint and water. But because the handle is made of metal, I'm not sure what kind of metal. It says copper, but I don't think it is copper. It does have a bit of weight to it. I definitely love the fine lines it can create. And again, this is great for detailing, I think. Okay, so I guess that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you are into affordable watercolors and art supplies, please don't forget to subscribe. For now, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye and take care.